Radio WRLYLP, Raleigh.
From Feature Story News in Austin, Texas, I'm Nick Harper. US President Joe Biden has called Donald Trump dumb, shameful and dangerous for comments made about American allies. Republicans in the US House of Representatives are voting for a second time to try and impeach the Homeland Security Secretary amid a row over immigration. And a poll shows that just over half of all Americans think President Biden received special treatment when he was not charged for mishandling classified documents.
Brought to you by Triangle Access Broadcasting. Here's a look at the weather in the Oak 93.5 listening area. We'll see clear skies overnight, the low 35 with the light west wind. Sunny Wednesday, the high 61. Clear Wednesday night, the low 37. Sunny for Thursday, the high 65. That's the latest from Oak 93.5. I'm nowcast meteorologist Matthew Harding.
Does that look better?
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? We good? Levels are good? All straight? Talking to the mic real quick.
Can you hear me? Testing one, testing one.
We good? Check. Or is it this one? You're good. Okay. Check. Speak again.
Testing one.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It is yours truly, Kamus Leonardo. We are back once again with RDU Live Tapped In. Shout out to the homie Cameron McCarty for giving me this platform and working together as a team. Wow, as y'all can see, I cut my hair off. Been going through some changes. It wasn't a traumatic response or anything like that. I had to do the inner work first, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still out here looking beautiful, glowing up. Aging backwards, Benjamin Button style. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see, we have this beautiful, illustrious, prolific, iconic individual right across from me. And all my guests on the show, I allowed them to introduce themselves. So I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, thank you for the honor. Let's see here. Well, you've already said all the adjectives that there are about me.
Wake it up.
But my name is Mattie Bynum. I am a beautiful being. That's pretty much all I can say about myself. But yes, it's been a long journey coming, but through TV, radio, and on stage and big screen.
Yes.
I am now in the big city of Raleigh with one of my very close friends on the radio. So I'm glad to be here.
Hey, thank you for being here. First and foremost, come on. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's do it.
So today, it's the day before Valentine's Day, right?
I have my red on.
Oh, you got the red on?
Made sure. I was feeling very lovish.
Lovish, okay.
Over here in these areas, yes.
Got you. Okay, I like it. So I wanted to talk about, it's easy to talk about love, right? It's easy to say talk about relationships, but you know why we're here and what we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Although it's the main root of it is love, right? And you could say that, but that's kind of a tree. You know what I mean? So let's get into one of the main branches. It's not them little branches that could break off easily. I'm talking about them big branches where you can sit on. You know what I mean?
You trying to get deep. Okay, I see you over here. Okay.
You can sit on, you know what I mean?
You trying to get deep. Okay. Okay.
But nah, for real though, like self-love, self-worth, right? How important is that to you?
Well, first off, we have to define the word love. That's how I look at it.
How would you define
Because
it?
to me, love is artistic. Love is a verb and a noun.
Right.
So if you look at love as a verb, it's an action. It's something that we creatively show to the person that we care about.
Right.
Whether it's through buying things, doing things, intimacy, touching. It's the type of art that we express.
Yeah.
And I remember watching a show and the lady was like, on the show talking about art, and she was like, every piece of art has a story behind it.
Right.
So it made me think about love.
Right.
What's your story? So before we even discuss falling in love or showing love, what is your story? How did you begin to love yourself? How did you even begin to start expressing love?
Right.
Where does it come from? I know for me, it came from my childhood, my parents, you know what I'm saying? My grandparents, my family. Even though I had a interesting childhood, I was surrounded by love. And it was that old school love. It wasn't like growing up, I didn't hear a lot of people say, I love you. Right. It was, I paid the bills, so I love you. There's a roof over your head, so I love you. There's clothes on your back, I love you. I hug you every day. I tuck you in at night. That's love. Because I'm actually going through a current situation where I'm learning that everybody's love language is different. And so some people are verbal. So they have to hear the affirmations of love. They have to hear, I love you. Yes. Whereas for me, you can tell me once a day and I'm good.
So what's your love language?
My love language is actions. I don't even know if that's a real love language, but acts of service. That's my love language. Right. Coming home, being there, being present, being in the moment, spending time. That's love for me. And I think because yet again, growing up and in my early adulthood in relationships, I heard the word love, but I didn't experience the word love. So for me, it's just another word.
So do you feel like the importance of the story is so that you know for a fact on the voids that needs to be filled, such as for your example, right? Money was kind of the way of showing love, right? So anybody with money can easily come up to you, but you're not fazed by that. But when it comes to quality time, when it comes to like acts of service and even words of affirmation, we may not need it, but we appreciate it.
It's still good to hear.
Yeah.
It is still very good to hear. But that's just like, I had an ex that we were together for a very long time. He cheated on me multiple times.
Yeah.
People ask me why'd I go back to him or why'd I stay with him.
Why?
He loved me. I knew he loved me because every night we went to bed together. Yeah. Every morning we woke up next to each other. Yeah. I never had to question whether bills were going to be taken care of because we did that together. I never questioned if he was going to be at home. Yeah. And he would come tell me he cheated. That was the funny part to me. It would be like, how you go do it and then come home and cry to me and tell me about it.
Oh, he cried?
Oh, yeah.
At least
he was
just
very
like,
upset.
Hey, yo, I got that.
And I remember asking him one time, I was like, why do you do it? Yeah. And he's like, I don't know. He was like, I love you. I believe you do. I truly believe you love me. Yeah. But let's look at your love story. Your parents are on their second and third marriages. Wow. Your aunts and uncles are on either second or third, or they've never been married at all. Wow. So no one showed you what a relationship looked like. Wow. You can love someone and not know how to be in a relationship.
That's me. That literally just happened to me. And like going back to stories, right? Like my parents, right? Beautiful people. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to my mother. Shout out to my father. Very toxic, right? And you don't realize how many traits you carry along with you. And even my last recent relationship, right? It made me realize that you can be a good person, but a bad boyfriend. And I'm not the best boyfriend because even at 30 years young, and I feel like it doesn't stop. The learning process does not stop. Right?
I'm 38.
Wake it up.
And I'm still learning.
You know what I mean? So I think learning that and realizing that, especially when communication was built on the forefront, when it could be amicable to where it's like, hey, right now, we're probably not the best for each other. And I even told my ex straight up, like, hey, have you ever noticed that when you go through transformative periods in your life, the relationships that you're in kind of take you away from that? So having to love someone enough to let them go, it hurts. But at the same time, she even hit me up today, right? She just said, yo, like, I'm so thankful for you. Thank you for allowing me. That's what counts for me. Because at the end of the day, you're happy. And that's all I wanted, right? So what I wanted to ask you was, when it comes to your story and your love story, on your relationships, right? You being giving, you being so eager and loving love, right? What's a reoccurring pattern that you find yourself going through? And then I'll share after you.
Toxic wise or just in general?
Both.
Oh God. Okay. Toxic. I end up giving myself too much.
What you mean?
Because I love hard. I love to love.
Yeah.
One of the things that I actually realized about me in this past year that I've learned on my self-discovery journey, falling in love with me, is I know how to love. I don't know how to be loved. So for me, I can give love all day. I can love on you. I can caress. I can do everything. If you need the mama love, if you need the girlfriend love, if you need the cheerleader, even the side chick love. Like, I know a lot of people gonna laugh at that, but there's a difference.
That's
you know
real,
what I'm saying?
though.
Like,
That's
there's a
real.
difference between
That's
in a
real.
relationship and side chick
Hey,
or
that side piece
outside of
love
a
is real,
relationship.
though.
So I know how to give love.
Yeah.
I don't know how to receive love. So therefore I put up a wall and I stop you. So the moment you start to give me love, I push back.
Right.
Because I don't ever want to get to a place to where I fully allow you to and then you hurt me. So that's something that I've learned. That's my toxic trait is when it starts to get real, I start to run.
Ooh.
Because I mean, but that's everybody has been hurt. Like once you've been hurt once.
That's me. Yeah.
You not, and you a Leo like I am.
Yeah.
So you know we don't like to lick our wounds. So once you hurt me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna always take that in every scenario that I go into. And yes, they always say don't treat the next person off of the last person. But let's be honest, we all do that.
Yeah.
Because we learn off of examples. So how he treated me is how I'm looking at, are you going to treat me the same way if he was good? Or let me look for your red flags, because if he was toxic and you starting to show toxic energy, I need to know before I allow it to get too far.
So how do you get to a point of knowing that about yourself, right? And having the awareness? Is there a moment or is it a series of events to where you realize you're ready for a relationship? Because to be able to love and not receive love, I feel you on that, right? So what's the point?
Balance?
Yeah.
Well, one, let's go back to the first part. You said, how do you get there? God,
Right.
of course.
Come on.
I mean,
Wake it
I'm
up.
very spiritual, and my relationship with God has gotten stronger over the past year.
Wake it up.
Especially going through everything I've been through.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that God is always first and foremost in anything that we should do.
Wake it
God
up.
is the first thing. So for my self-love journey, it was a series of events, but I wouldn't say probably last month, which was the 5th year anniversary of my mom's birthday and her passing, because she died in the same month that her birthday was, that she was born in.
Rest
And
in peace.
I think, yes, that was the first time I fully expressed it's time for me to bury her.
Wow.
Because after all these years, I still hadn't let go.
Yeah.
So that was my triggering aha moment for me. Because like God had to explain to me, if you're giving so much love and honor and reverence to someone who is not here, how do you give it to yourself?
To someone who's here.
To yourself, to someone who's here,
No, but
to
you're-
someone,
but I'm
right?
saying
I'm
you're
still here.
here.
I'm still
Yeah,
living.
yeah.
But I'm giving all my love and respect to someone a memory of someone. Wow. And that doesn't mean I'm letting her memory go, but I had to realize in order for me to make space for someone else to come into my life, I have to remove the space holder that's in my life so that I can make space for someone else.
Wow.
And then also going into a relationship, you ask, when are you ready? You're never ready.
That's a fact.
You're never ready. Like even now, I'm learning there's things that I like about people, but then there's things I still don't like about people. There's things I like about myself, and there's things that I don't like about myself. And even though I feel better now and ready to fully immerse myself into a relationship, I know I'm still not ready because little things that still come up that, like, I have a friend. We're going to leave it at that.
Okay.
But I have a friend, and little things that happen with him, it'll always be like, am I ready for a commitment?
Yeah.
Because I thought I was ready. I feel like I'm ready,
Right.
but then I also have to realize everybody's different. So what makes a relationship is how do you put up with another person's quirks that you can't put up with to make a relationship? My grandfather told me one time before, they were married for 57 years, my grandparents, before he passed away.
Yeah.
And so I was like, how do you do that? And he was like, well, a relationship is hard. It's tough. He said, probably going to be one of the worst things you'll ever do in your life. However, babies, anniversaries, dates, milestones, that's what makes a relationship.
Yes.
How do you weather the down moments of a relationship until you get back up to the top and you can celebrate those milestones?
Yeah.
That's a relationship. And I think that's where we all fail.
Yeah.
Because just as soon as it gets hard, we're quick to be like, I don't want to do this no more. But
Oh,
that's
I'm
what
a runner.
relationship
I'm a track
is.
star. Man. I am a what? 4.1.
I'm not a runner, but I'm a scooter. I will say that because
You're a
I
scooter.
constantly just,
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still here, but I'm just
Right.
getting
You
further and
fall-
further back until they be like, I don't want to do this no more. Okay, deuces,
All right, cool.
you good? Because
Yeah.
I was already out anyways. I was just waiting for you to pull the trigger.
See, what Cat Williams say? You either gonna see me like this or like this.
That's
like,
it.
Go.
And I'll admit, I am the world's worst at breaking up. I'll wait for you to pull the trigger, but I will make it so distant to where you have no choice but to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I had to pull the trigger yesterday. Yeah, so I know the feeling. I know.
It's a hard thing to do.
It is, but what they say, when you point one finger, 3 of them is pointed back. So for me, it was just one of those things to where it's like, gotta take initiative sometimes, right? And especially if you care about the person. Last thing, and we all know the pattern of like holding on and it's dragging and it just gets worse and worse and worse, right? But going back to love,
Yes.
it's one of those things to where with unconditional love, you have to love someone enough to let them go. And just the overall idea of possessiveness, right? Of you're mine. It's your turn. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to turns, right?
Yes.
Do you feel like it's your turn for you now?
To be in love?
No, to be in love with yourself.
Oh yes, it's very much my turn.
Yeah.
To be in love with myself.
Yeah.
And I hate when people say I'm being selfish, because I don't consider that being selfish. I consider that because, yet again, it's like an athlete.
Okay.
If you don't practice,
Yeah.
if you don't get up in the morning, start your day off, eat the right stuff,
Facts.
do your fitness shake, go practice, go stretch, you're not good for the game. So if I don't take all those same attributes and apply it to loving me, if I don't take the time to check in with me, if I don't take the time to do my devotion with him, because that's the first and foremost relationship that I
Wake it
have
up.
to be in.
Wake it up.
Whether I'm married, single, dating, and any man I ever date or marry has to understand you will always be second to God. Like,
Yeah.
that's my first and foremost.
Yeah.
Now, you'll be first
Right.
here,
Yeah.
but you're second in the hierarchy.
Come on.
So if I don't take time to work on that and myself, how am I good to anybody else?
Wow.
Because I used to say I wanted to be a parent, a mom. I'm not too old, but I will say I feel like the older I get,
Yeah.
the more I'm like, do I really want kids?
Yeah.
Because, like I look at certain things that I don't know if I necessarily want to do that as an older person.
Right.
Like going through Little League and all that good stuff in my 40s and 50s. I'm trying to live my best life. Like,
Wake
I
it
am
up.
not trying to change diapers unless I have
Wake
to.
it up. Wake it up.
But it's the same thing. How can you be a good parent if you don't take time as a human? My best friend is a single mother, and she always talks about her mom used to always tell her, take yourself on vacations, because if you're not at the best for you, you can't be at the best for them. Same thing with a relationship.
Repeat that
And
one more time.
if you're not the best for you, you can't be the best for them.
Oh my goodness.
And yet again, that's another relationship, the parent and child.
That's a
Because we
fact.
always talk about love as in an intimate, affectionate, but everything that we do is a relationship, whether it's a work relationship, church, family, intimacy.
Yeah.
Everything is a relationship. So love, therefore, is everywhere we go. We cannot keep consolidating it to just the person that you are intimate with. Love is everywhere.
I really like that analogy you said about the game. I think we get so, especially in today's age, we get so fixated on the lights, the camera, the action, right? The game, the showtime, right? You were able to break down everything that happens before the moment, and that's really what love is. We're so fixated on the marriage, right? On the kids, on the anniversaries, on the dates, right? On the clothes matching and stuff, but the work it takes around that, right?
But that goes back to, are you in love with the idea of love, or are you in love with love itself? Same thing with the relationship. Do you want to be, are you fascinated with the idea of a relationship? Because a lot of us are.
Yeah.
A lot of us see the quote unquote relationship goals that we see on social media, and we want that.
Right.
But we don't realize what it took to get to that.
Yeah.
You see the person, like we all do it on relationships.
For sure.
You see the people on the beach or on the yacht or on vacation together or doing the Christmas matchy pajamas.
Right.
Those are beautiful things.
Mm-hmm.
But what were you doing 10 minutes before you shot that selfie or that video where y'all arguing before TikTok came on?
Yeah.
Were y'all at each other's throats before Instagram Live came on?
Or were you just quiet and distant?
Because a lot of people just cohabitate. They don't even live together.
That's a fact. Wake it up.
I mean, I used to say I want to get married and live next door to my husband. People
For
thought I
real?
was crazy for that.
People think I'm crazy for saying like I would want separate bedrooms with my future wife. Like
I want a whole house. Like I
whole
need you
house?
to be next door.
Right.
We have a
guest
whole
house?
connecting.
Yeah.
The kids have rooms at both
Facts.
houses. We have family dinner at one on Sundays.
Yeah.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You here. Tuesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Saturday. I'm over there.
Yeah.
Cause I need to miss you. If you right up under me 24/7, I can't.
Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I learned as I got more in love with me. That's one thing I realized. I love, but I also love solitude. I love my space.
Same. And it's crazy because I feel you on that. A lot of times, like, it was a confusion for me at first because I didn't understand the difference between protection and preparation, right? Or if you want to narrow it down, isolation and solitude. I had a tendency to isolate, right? But I still need that alone time and solitude. So a lot of the times it was kind of hard because when I knew internally I needed solitude, a lot of people thought I needed or I was trying to isolate. And how do you feel like you can communicate that within yourself so that you're clear on your intent?
If me and said person gets to that far, if I'm in a relationship and we get to the point to where we're actually cohabitating, I'm blunt.
Yeah.
I'm very blunt. These are ground rules that you need to understand.
Right.
And I learned that from past experiences. I used to live with my mom, my aunt, my grandmother. I used to help take care of them.
Yeah.
And it'd be so funny because I would walk in the door and my aunt was one of those. She had 21 questions waiting for you. By the time you got to, how was your day?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you see?
That's me.
What did it?
That's me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm the person. Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Let me come in.
Yeah.
Let me take my hair off. Let me change clothes. Let me
Yeah.
put my house wig on because I don't know about y'all out there, but I have multiple wigs.
Come on.
The ones that I wear at home, the ones I wear out in public, some I wear at church.
Yeah.
So it's like I want to get comfortable, and then I will answer every question.
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't ask me 27 questions when I walk in the door. And so my mom used to always tell my aunt, don't do that to her. Because you know that's going to make her go in the room and shut the door and not come out.
And
Like,
not-
it's going to
yeah.
make her clam up even more.
Shut down.
And so in relationships, I'm the same way. I used, when I was dating and cohabitating with my ex, I remember he would come home. Because he's a Leo like me.
Yeah.
And
Oh, wow.
That's a whole nother show. Never date your zodiac sign, I
Part
promise
two.
you.
Part 2 coming soon.
Oh my God. But my friends would laugh whenever, or if they were there around and he would come in, he would literally come in, make a beeline, go straight to the room and do his thing. And then he would come out and say, hey.
Yeah.
And my friends would be like, don't you get tired of that because he don't kiss you on the cheek or he don't say hello. I'm the same way. So no, I'm very much the same way. I don't I have a routine.
Yeah.
Don't break that routine. I will give you everything in the world.
Yeah.
All the attention you want. Give me 15 minutes.
So do you think that equates to being with someone who allows you to love you as much as you love them? Yeah.
Because I also learned too, this is the one big misconception that women don't understand a lot of times.
Wake it up.
I had to learn it's not my husband's job to make me happy. It's not my husband's job to make me feel wanted.
Yeah.
It's not my husband's job to make me feel needed or desired.
Wow.
Now, it is his job to show me all those things in affection. But I should be able to be happy by myself. You should add to my happiness. I should be at peace standing alone. You should create more of a peaceful environment when you step in.
Yes.
So these are things, this is what I look at when I think of 50-50.
Wake it up.
I already have this. you add to. Same thing. You already have this, I add to. So if I'm happy by myself, if I'm at peace by myself, if I love myself, all you're supposed to do is just add to that. So it overflows. Yeah. I shouldn't be dependent on whether or not you make me feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just my personal opinion, but that's what I look at when I think of love. I think of love in a sense where, because I'm going to be honest with you, we got to break down relationships. That's a whole nother topic, like relationships this day and age, because you got so many different kinds of relationships.
Wake it up. What kinds we got?
So you have polyamorous relationships, you have monogamous. Well, I can't say monogamous because they consider themselves monogamous as well. But then you have arranged marriages. Yeah. You have internet dating. Yeah. You have some people like me who are old school that still think analog and want to meet somebody in a bookstore or a coffee shop.
Okay, Love Jones. Okay, Love Jones. Go ahead. No,
but I'm serious. I mean, at church.
Yeah.
I did meet some people at church, but they want relationship material. But that's, yet again, thieves in the temple.
I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that one.
Hey, I mean, speak about it. But, I'm going to let that one go because I can get myself in trouble.
Yeah, let's let that one go.
I definitely do believe, because I was reading a statistic that in the generation after mine, I think it's Gen Z. I'm millennial, so that would be what Gen Z is the next one.
Yeah, Gen Z. Yeah.
1 out of 9 people in that population are in polyamorous relationships. I know. I was thinking it would be like 1 in 20,
right.
1 in 30. No, 1 in 9.
Wow.
Are in polyamorous relationships.
Wow.
And I don't knock anybody for what they try. Now, I know me, I have ADHD. Yeah. I can't juggle who's in charge for what day because I can barely keep what day it is straight.
Facts.
So it need to be just you and me.
Right.
Not you, me, and 3 other people. I can't do that.
Right.
But I don't knock it. So if that's what works for you, that's beautiful. But then the question also really truly stands, do you find love and joy within yourself, or is it the man's place to make you feel that? Because if that's the case and he's dating 3 different women, how does he make all of y'all feel special? Because at some point in time, you by yourself.
That's a fact. So how do you, wow.
You got to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, how do I fall in love with me? Simply spend time. The same way you looking to fall in love with someone else, spend time with yourself. The problem is we don't want to do the work and spend time with ourselves. Because in order to spend time with yourself, you have to get quiet.
Yep.
You have to get alone, not lonely, but alone. And know how to sit by yourself and figure out what makes you happy.
True. So what do you say to people who says, I've been doing that and I've been doing that for so long, I'm tired of that? What do you say to them?
I'm right there with you. No, because I was single. Technically, let me stop. Okay, I was single for 4.5 years.
4.5 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny, I am talking to somebody and they were like, are we dating? No, we're not dating. I'm too old to date, baby. I don't believe in dating. I believe in talking. Yeah. And then if we decide to move into a relationship where there'll be a ring on my finger, then you become my man. Other than that, you are my special friend.
Wake it up.
I don't hide you. I don't care to hide you. However, to me, dating is high school. Like that's something you did when you were younger.
Facts.
But I definitely do believe that for people who are still in that space, I tell people, trust the process.
Yeah.
It's going to get tough.
Yeah.
If it's not tough, it's not working. If you're not aggravated, then you're not almost over it.
That's a fact.
If it's not lonely, then clearly you haven't been alone long enough. Because you should get to a point to where you be like, God, this is lonely. Like, okay, look here. Yeah. I know I said it's you and me, but I need somebody to touch and caress and feel me. I'm just being honest. Like, I need somebody to argue with that can argue back, not just in my head. Okay.
Yeah.
Because the conversation with you and God is all internal.
All internal, yeah.
So I know people think I'm crazy because I be yelling and screaming, and they be like, "Who is she yelling at?" God, but I need somebody in front of me.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that a good, healthy argument every now and then is good in a relationship. It fuels a lot, but
that's your intent.
I'm just being honest.
I love it.
But at the same time, it is. But I do believe that if you are at that place and you're completely over it, you're right there. You're right there. So just
hold on.
thug it out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Tough it out a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because right when you think, okay, I'm over it, gotta bring that person, or if you believe in the universe or whatever, but that person will come to you, and it will happen.
Do you believe in right person, wrong time?
Yes.
Elaborate.
I met the right person at the wrong time for both of us, actually.
Yeah.
It wasn't the right time for him or me.
Yeah.
And it hurt because a beautiful friendship sparked.
Yes.
A beautiful friendship sparked.
Yeah.
And an intimacy that wasn't just, it wasn't physical. Because that's the other thing. I think a lot of people think intimacy is just physicality, and it's not. There was an intimacy between me and this person, and a friendship between me and this person. But the sad part about it is I was currently dating someone, and they were currently with someone as well. And we had to learn that even the friendship couldn't stand because there was an intimacy in the friendship.
Yes.
So was that my one true love? We'll never know. If it's meant to be, they'll come back around. That's how I look at it.
At this point, right? Yeah. So let me ask this. And before I get into it, y'all, this is an open-ended discussion. So who's ever watching right now currently, tap in with us at 919-899-9305. Once again, 919-899-9305. 9305. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with us. But the question I wanted to ask you was, with the self-worth, with knowing your value, with the self-love, how do you know when it's time to go?
That's a good question. And I do want to just put this out here. I am not a relationship therapist. I am not a relationship
You're a human
coach.
being.
I'm just speaking off of my personal experiences.
You're a human being.
I love and I love.
Yeah, that's what we do here at Tapped In. We don't care about titles and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We here.
Because, some people get offended. They'll be like, well, you are currently going through, man.
They're projecting.
I'm just giving you my wisdom that I've experienced.
They're
and
just
that's
projecting.
it, sir.
Yeah, they're just projecting.
But I would say, when is the time to go?
Oh. Look at that already.
We have a call.
We got a caller already.
Sure, let's take the call.
All right, how do Steve? I know, bro. I'm sorry. I need to get this down. Pat, it's the 4th episode. Steve always coming in clutch for you, boy. You are live with Tapped In. How you doing today?
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing fine.
Okay. Talk to us.
Well, listening to the show about relationships, I'm very proud of I'm 61.
Okay.
And I'm very proud of the fact that a lot of the information coming from the conversation is very mature. I had to learn that late in life. But, yeah.
That's real. Thank you for being transparent.
Yeah. So the fact that someone as young as the gentleman on the show and the lady on the show, it's just it's very gratifying to know that people can get it early and hopefully have successful relationships because of it.
Right. Well, it was the reason why is because we had to learn from you all. And sometimes when we learn, it's not always what to do, but also what not to do. Right. And from you and your standpoint, I can tell you've always been a student to life, the whole time, right? Because age is nothing but a number. But I really do. We actually appreciate you for even tuning in and listening because that's what it's truly about. We need to have someone of your stature, someone of Mattie's stature, someone of my stature, right? To be able to have mature conversations and sit down and appreciate it, to where we're not here to tell you what to do or tell you how to do it. We're just here creating dialogue so that possibly solutions can be created, to where even if we don't create them, somebody who's watching us could talk to their family and is like, you know what, they had a good conversation. How do you feel about that? And that's what it's truly about. So thank you so much. And what's your name again?
It's Mary.
Mary
Ellerby.
Mary Ellerby, thank you so much for tuning in with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it. I'm going to continue to listen. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Mary.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Shout out to Mary.
I know.
Shout
Mary
out to
sounds
Mary.
so sweet.
She does. I just want to give Mary a hug. I feel like Mary gives great hugs for sure. All right.
I'm pretty sure Mary does, and probably can cook pretty good. So
Think so?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What you think the signature dish is?
I don't know. She sounds like she make a good potato salad.
Potato salad?
Yes.
Hey, as long as
Because
it's no
some
raisins.
people can. I'm about to say some people can mess up potato salad. Some people can mess it up.
That's a whole nother topic.
Yes, it is.
All
Don't
right.
get me started about family cooking. I ain't get this size by looking at food, and trust me. I'm
Come
just
on.
being honest. I love to eat.
And I eat, and I'm still this size, y'all. What's going on? That might need to be the new topic. How do I gain weight? Let's wake it up. But we'll get to that another time.
I say that's a whole yeah.
We'll get to that another time. Going back to the going back to the conversation though. I think we were on when you know when to leave, correct?
When to leave.
Yes.
I was about to say, actually, we could tie those two topics together because
Bring
when
it.
you're truly happy and in love, you do gain weight. That's what we call relationship weight, happy weight.
That's true.
You do gain weight.
That's true.
Now, one of your red flags to know when it's time to leave is if the person can't cook. Because if they can't cook, then that means they're never going to be able to provide for you.
Oh.
Nourishment, true nourishment.
3 couples just came in mind.
I'm just saying, some people, they try their best, and if they just can't boil water, that's a red flag.
What did Cat
one.
Williams say about Shirley? She's like, I make a great corn.
That's it.
I make a great broccoli.
That's it.
I put it in the water and heat it up. But yeah.
I have a story about that.
So we
but-
got can't cook. What else we got?
My biggest thing to know when it's time to go is whenever you realize that people checked out. That relationship that I was talking about that I was in for a while, it was really interesting for me to know when it was time for me to go. And it was funny how I presented the situation to him.
Yes.
Because I remember he had came home and we were eating dinner and I told him, I was like, I'm leaving. And he
Yes.
was like, what do you mean you're leaving? You're going out you're going out of town. And I was like, no, like I'm done. I'm leaving you.
Yeah.
And it was very clean cut. And he was just like, why? What happened? And I'm like, I took my ring off 3 months ago and you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I've been taking my clothes out the closet and you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
I'm moving and you haven't noticed. It's time for me to go. You checked out.
Yeah.
We're glorified roommates at this point.
So by checkout, you mean mentally?
Mentally and physically. I mean,
all aspects.
when you're
Because sometimes
in,
the physical is tricky, right? Let's be honest. It's tricky because there's a lot of people who can be mentally checked out, but just not even from a sexual standpoint, right? But just the physicality of the presence. You know what I'm saying?
so that's the hard thing. And I will say this, that to me, that's where genders come in.
Okay. Wake it up.
Because when a woman loves, she loves with her whole being.
Yes.
So at any point in time, if my physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional is not in love with you,
Yeah.
none of them are going to be on one accord. So you will never have to question if I love you or not. And I know that's for me and for most females. Like when a woman cheats, it's not just let me go out here and do my thing. It's an intentional thing because we're creatures of habit.
Yes.
Not saying guys aren't, but guys are more existential with their feelings.
Yeah.
So whenever they express their feelings, it's a big thing for them. But at the same time, they know how to also disconnect and let their feelings sit over here.
Yeah.
And they can be standing over here.
But we kind of are programmed like since children, right? Let's go back to the don't cry. You ain't supposed to cry. You're supposed to be a big boy, big kid. So we had to suppress for so long.
We teach our young boys to man up.
Yeah.
That it's sissified if you cry or if you get in your feelings. I have a friend right now,
Wake it
Lord,
up.
he throws tantrums left and right. I love him to
He
death.
letting it out though.
But he don't, if you ask him, he don't throw tantrums and he
Yeah.
do not. That is something that he doesn't do.
Yeah.
But I think it's funny because I think it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay that you throw tantrums.
Yeah.
Just own it.
Yeah.
I think what makes it worse is the fact that you do it and then you get mad about it when someone calls you out on it. Just own it. Like, because we're human. I throw tantrums.
Yeah.
We all throw tantrums.
That's a fact.
But just own it. But we teach boys to not have feelings, not have emotions, to be hard, to be this and to be that. And then we tell women, you can be gentle, you can be soft,
It's
you can
okay,
be
let it
dainty,
out. Yeah.
but you can't be too independent. You can't be too
Oh,
masculine.
yeah.
You can't be too strong. You can't be smarter because then it's going to make him feel inferior.
Wow.
Be honest with you.
Wake it up.
I have education.
Mm-hmm.
Love my education.
Mm-hmm.
I can hang out with the best of them.
Wake it
I
up.
don't care if you from the streets. I don't care if you went to Ivy League. I don't care if you sitting in the White House or if you in the trap house.
Wake it up.
I can have conversation with you. It don't faze me not one bit. But what I do realize is I cannot surround myself around people, not just men, but people who feel that a woman should be in her place. No, that's not cool with me, because a woman can be a CEO and can be a homemaker.
Yes.
Now, she might can't do it at the exact same time in her life, because it does take a lot to run a company, but a woman can achieve both, just like a man can achieve both.
Right.
We all can. It's just how we prioritize our life.
Wow. Thank you. Matter of fact, thank you for saying that, because shout out to my ex, La. You know what I mean?
Hey, boo.
What's up? She had taught me a lot, and she taught me, because this one thing when, like, you could say someone has taught you great things and you feel better, inspired, da 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 da. You know what that woman taught me?
What she teach you?
The work that needs to be done. And with perspective, right, I could easily say, and project, but it made me realize that, wait, hold on. There's still more work to do, right? My problem was I can be controlling, right? But here's my thing, though. Here's my finesse. My finesse is, I'm not the yeller. I'm not the abuser. I'm not the da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da,
Oh, so
right?
you're the manipulator.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
But you can own that.
yeah.
That's the first start. That's the first step to fixing that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a master manipulator, and you bless you. You get to a point to where you realize that the manipulation came from protecting myself, right? And not in the situation of the relationship, but just with life, right? It was a lot of times to where I had to finesse, right? But when you're in a space where you don't have to, and someone who still loves you unconditionally and sees you, I'm not used to that, right? I don't know what to do. So,
So how does a master manipulator not manipulate a situation?
by first and foremost awareness within self, because master manipulators, we are aware of everything else but ourselves. We're able to read people so well, tell people about themselves and all that, right? But when it comes to us, somebody tell us about ourselves, we react.
It's hard, and that's because you cannot manipulate the situation.
Exactly.
Because if someone comes to you and tell you about yourself, they're in control of the situation, not you.
And that's why I said controlling. That was my problem, because I'm so used to being in control. So even though the relationship didn't work out, we both left with homework to where we could become better people. And I think we should get in the mentality of stop trying to possess people.
Yep.
Some things aren't going to work out, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world, right? It just...
Well, let me ask this question.
Wake it
I'm
up.
sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Do you think the manipulation, is there a place for manipulation in a relationship?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was about to say, because I do.
Yeah.
I think that every relationship has manipulation, and
For sure.
it just depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah.
Because women, we are master manipulators.
Yeah, for sure.
We will manipulate a man to get things done
For sure.
sometimes. Because if you ask a man to do something, sometimes he don't want to do it. So we have to finesse it and make it seem like it's his idea. Same
Right.
thing as manipulation.
Oh, for sure. And we love it too.
I think a lot of times people are so quick to want to point out red flags. Like they want to find the negative. Because going back to the main topic at hand, toxicity and self-love and red flags in a relationship,
Right.
everything can be a red flag.
Yeah.
Anything can be a red flag. Anything can be good or bad. It just depends on how you use it.
That's a fact.
Narcissism is a bad trait to have as a person, but self-confidence, which is one of the key traits of narcissism, is not bad.
So what's the difference?
It's how you use it. To me personally.
Elaborate.
So like, okay, because I've known some narcissistic people, and I have narcissistic moments. So I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
But I don't ever use my narcissism. I don't use my confidence to belittle someone else. To me, that's when it becomes narcissism.
Got it.
That's whenever when you use what you think is better to belittle or to placate someone else or a situation to make yourself feel better. That's narcissism to me.
Thank you for explaining that.
That's the difference between being confident and narcissistic.
Yeah.
But in relationships, I do want to make this clear. No relationship is going to be easy.
Wake it up.
If you come into a relationship thinking that it's going to be roses and fairy dust and rainbows every day, I'm going to be honest with you. God promised us that he would not destroy the world by water. That's where the rainbow came from. Ain't got nothing to do with your relationship.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So quit thinking that you're going to come into a relationship full of rainbows, because you're not.
Right.
What you're going to come into is learning how to let your idiosyncrasies fit their idiosyncrasies.
That's a fact.
How do I give, like, say for instance, if you date someone and you move into their space, how do you make your space fit the other person in your space? Same thing in a relationship.
You don't.
You do, but it's a time thing.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, prime example, my best friend believes in love at first sight. I personally don't. I believe that love is something you learn.
I believe in lust at first sight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Same 4 letters,
Yeah.
same 4-letter word. Sounds the same, but it's a completely different thing, because the body and attraction is what draws you to a person.
Yeah.
Learning to love that person is once you get to know that person.
There you go.
And a lot of the relationships that end in divorce, because yet again, that's another statistic that really blew my mind. But in 2023, 44% of marriages ended in relationships within the first 5 years. That's crazy to me. That's a crazy statistic to ever read.
What do you think it is?
Because most people are in lust. It looks like love. It can feel like love, but it won't hold you like love will. It won't sustain you like love will.
So how do you even manufacture love in an instant gratification age to where it's like with online dating?
You can't.
Right.
And that's the breakdown in our communication, because you got 20-year-olds wanting to be married like Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil, or these 50-year marriages, but not realizing it took them 50 years to get to that marriage.
Yeah.
It took them 25 years or 10 years or 7 years to get to where they are. And to be honest, if you're looking at a photograph, they'll tell you, I'm not that happy. That's Photoshop, baby. Because I promise you, this one while we were getting dressed to go, I called him a whole bunch of names. And he probably called me a whole bunch of names.
For sure.
But I love him because I know that even when I don't like you, I still love you. That's a relationship.
That's a fact.
Because that's the difference between lust and love. When you in lust and you don't like some person, you have no feelings for that person. But when you love a person, even if you don't like that person. Matter of fact, I remember my ex told me, because I told him, I said, I hate you. And he was like, I can deal with that. And I was like, what do you mean you can deal with me hating? He said, because hating is the opposite of love. They're both passionate and they both come from the same place.
I don't think they're opposite.
So they're not.
They're not opposite at all.
They're not. After he said that, it made me focus and realize that both of them are passion-driven actions. If I hate you so much that I can't stand you, it's because I still have feelings for you. So therefore, I still care about you. Now, the question is, can you care and not love? You can. Can you love and not care? Yes, it's the same thing as love and like. But when you're truly in love, you cannot like the person that you look directly across the room and see, or directly beside you in bed, but there's still something that makes you fight, because that's love.
Wow.
And I do feel that it's sad, but a lot of people never truly understand what love is, because we live in a lustful world. We live in a lustful state. Everything is carnally, sexually driven towards us to make us lust after. They use it in advertisements. You lust after Doritos. You lust after cars and hair. I was watching a car video of my dad, and this man was literally drooling at the mouth over a car. And I'm like, first off, it's ugly, but okay. If you like it, you're buying it. I'm not.
Right.
But it's a car. Wow. But that's what we use as tactics, because that's what we're driven to.
Wow.
We are a lust-driven society. So anything that makes you feel that instant gratification, like you said, we love. We go after, we chase after. So a lot of these, and then we even had to create a word for it, which was called situationships. I ain't never seen that word in a dictionary. But we use the word because we realize this is not a relationship. So we're not going to respect it to put the real name on it. What that we say, put some respect on my name. So we're not even going to use the real name to put respect on it. We're just going to downgrade it and call it a situationship.
Take them headphones off.
Oh, yeah. You see, I'm about to kill myself, right? I cannot kill myself. Y'all see this on camera. It was not my fault. It was the headphones. Normally, I get caught on my hair. Real quick story I will tell you. This is the funniest thing ever. I went to the gas station one day.
Yeah.
And I got out the car. I had just got off work, wasn't paying attention, doing clients. Was doing hair.
Yeah.
Got out the car, and I noticed the white man looked at me crazy, but I didn't think nothing about it.
Yeah.
So as I'm walking in, this lady looks up, and she was like, hey, I was like, hey, kept going, wasn't paying no attention. Yeah. So when I come back, I go inside. The man was like, hey, and I was like, hey. So I come back to the car, and I was like, who was in my car? Why did my wig get stuck to the seatbelt and was hanging out the door? And all these people was looking at me crazy because I was bald headed.
You ain't feel that wind on that scalp?
Walking into the gas station, I was bald headed, and so I'll get out, and it was finally I saw it that the man was like, "Is that your hair?" And I was like, "Oh God." Leave it to me to be in Atlanta, Georgia.
So when you saw the wig in the car, did you run? Did you pick up the speed, or did you keep walking?
I tossed it in the passenger seat and kept moving. I mean, y'all done seen me bald at this point.
No, I'm saying like going to the car when you first saw it.
I was like, what is that? And then when I realized I just busted out laughing.
That is funny.
Because let me tell you, life, the way my life is set, especially now, it gets hot real quickly. Yeah. So the hair got to be able to come off. So because when I have a hot moment, we got to take it all off.
That's metaphorical to life too, though. Yeah, for real.
Why am I going to sit here and pull my hair out when I can go buy it and look just as fabulous? Just take it off.
Come on. Hey, free game.
Just saying.
Just wake it up.
Wigs.
Listen here. It is 6:51 p.m. For those who are tuned in, thank you so much. So much. Shout out to Mary for calling in. Mary doesn't have to be the only caller, y'all. This is an open dialogue. We got about 9 more minutes left. Once again, the number is 919-808. I'm about to say my phone number. 919-899-9305. Woo, that was close.
That's why I left that up to you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Once again, 919-899-9305.
This is why I can't even give out my number because I don't even know my own number. Isn't that bad?
That is. Okay, do you know at least the first 3 digits?
Yeah, I know the first 3 digits.
What is it? What's the part where you get messed up on?
The last 4.
Last 4?
Uh-huh.
Is it the same numbers?
Backwards. I always say I'm backwards.
Is the same numbers?
No, it's
all different numbers?
It's a series of the same numbers, and they're all within the same group of the numbers.
Even or odd?
Evens.
Got you.
But it's just funny. I always say I'm backwards.
Got it.
So when people be like, well, let me get your number, I just hand my phone over.
Yeah.
Just take the phone.
Take the phone.
Yeah.
So it is 6:52. Time flew.
Oh my God.
So fast. I just realized, like, wait, hold on.
It did.
Right. I want to talk about what you do. Right. Let's wake up.
I see
how it is, y'all. All right, hold on.
Put the headphones back on.
Yeah, put the headphones back on.
If I can get that.
Thank you for calling Tapped In. Who are we talking to today?
This is Asila.
Hey, Asila. Okay. I already know that laugh told me everything I needed to hear. Talk to me, Miss Asila.
I was just calling to say that I am truly enjoying the conversation.
Thank you.
You guys are doing a really great job. I'm glad that I tuned in. I will continue to tune in. I clicked the thumbs up button. And I really don't have much to add except for, you mentioned about not gaining weight. How could you gain weight? And as I thought it, of course, Mattie said it, you got to gain that happy weight. You need to be a woman that's going to cook, that is going to be able to make you happy in all aspects. Like she said, not just, you have to make yourself happy. And
That's
you do have to put in that work.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to repeat everything she said because I'm sitting over here like, okay,
I love it.
These are one of my wisdom people. I'll be the first one to tell you.
I love it.
Asila. Go ahead.
We got another call.
So she's definitely doing a great job. Like I said, I'm definitely giving a thumbs up to everything. I think you're asking some awesome questions because it's a lot that people do not understand in reference to knowing themselves, as well as if you don't know yourself,
like it's already been said, you can't make anybody else happy, and nobody's going to be happy as long as you're not happy with yourself. So like I said, do your work to do what you have to do so that you're happy, so that you can then be an asset to someone else. And once you are that asset, you will gain that happy weight. Okay? So take care, keep doing a great job, and stop laughing at me, Mattie.
Weak. All right, Mrs. Seela, I appreciate you.
Bye, baby, love you.
And the first number you should call,
too.
not the second one. All right.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I scratched out that 808.
Oh. How do I change the line? Oh, I don't even think they called. I done messed up.
Hello?
Oh, they'll come up. Oh, hello?
Hello.
Who am I talking to today?
This is Jolie Marie.
Ooh, how you doing? Talk to us.
I just want to give a shout out to Miss Bynum over there.
Wake it up.
Giving such a provocative look.
Mm.
Not keeping it
Provocative. Wow. Yeah. Wake it up. I appreciate that.
This is my simple.
This is a simple look.
This is my simple. That took me 3 hours.
She said provocative. That laugh tone.
And your number is not that difficult to remember, but
Ooh,
anyway.
she just threw shade on me.
I have
Wow.
one quick question.
What's the
for
number?
you.
What's the number? What's the phone number?
I'm not going to put her number on the air like that.
Oh, you talking about her phone?
You know, she knows my number.
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about the radio show. I was like, ooh, I like banter. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you right now, y'all on YouTube, she going to have that phone number going crazy.
Nah, for real. Wake it up. Wake it up. But talk to
You know
us.
what I'm saying?
How you feeling, though?
No, but I just have one serious question.
Okay.
Because we talked a lot about love, the different types of love, our different experiences in love.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know, what is your biggest fear in love?
Ooh.
That's a great question.
What is my biggest fear, or just in general?
Yours, and then you can give generalized, because you say you're not a love therapist, but you're doing a pretty good job on
Yeah,
that.
you are.
God.
You really are.
You would go there. I would say my biggest fear in love is being rejected and not being loved back.
Ooh, I would say my biggest fear is abandonment. I have abandonment issues that I'm working on currently.
Because I will say, me and Jolie have had this discussion multiple times, but one of my biggest things is, as you get to know me and I get to know you, at what point in time, I got to say this fast because we got somebody coming, but at what point in time do you accept all of me? And if I give you all of me, are you going to walk out the door and leave me?
Wow. Great question. Thank you so much for asking that. And I don't mean to cut you off, but we got another caller, so I'm going to go ahead and go to him real quick.
Bye,
It's all
Joe.
good. It's a good one.
All right, now. Thank you for calling Tapped In. Who are we talking to today?
I think you'll know who you're talking to when I say I cook. So you ate.
All right, disclaimer, y'all. My ex fed me, y'all. My ex fed me.
I'm about to say, wait a minute.
I can't help the high metabolism. She cooked for me.
And I can vouch for her. She can cook very, very well.
Very well.
Very well, because I have tasted the wonderful cooking
very
from that
well.
kitchen.
My ex can cook, y'all. Don't think she was having me out here like that. Just
Hey, baby.
Disclaimer. Thank you for tuning in, love.
You're welcome. I just wanted to say I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation, and I love both of you. So
We love you too.
keep doing it.
Love
I'm
you too,
proud.
baby.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. It is 6:58, and we. How can the people reach you?
I am at Simone737 on Instagram. That is SYMON. Did I say it correct? No, excuse me. Mattie Simone.
All right, y'all. Thank
I'm
y'all so
back. Mattie Simone, MattiieSymon 737. So my first name, Simone without the E, 737. On Facebook, it's just Mattie Bynum, MattiieBynum. And that's it. Those are the social media platforms I have.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in on RDU Live Tapped In once again with Notepad and Pen. We have Mattie Bynum and yours truly, Kamus Leonardo, Daddy Dames if you're nasty. So with that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And this is what Tapped In is all about. Just healthy conversations, healthy dialogue. And that's what we're here for. We want to talk to the people and just have a moment of just decompression. You know what I mean? We're going through a lot already. It's a time for us to connect and be human. So that's what Tapped In is all about. Love y'all. Thank y'all so much. My own ex called y'all and told y'all she could. Come on, man. It don't get no better than that. You can't make that up.
I mean, that's a complete off-the-cuff conversation.
And I'm just...
unscripted. Completely.
Unscripted. I didn't even, come on, y'all. So thank y'all so much. Thank you to everybody who called. Thank you to Steven for always holding it down. Thank you to Cameron for always giving me the opportunity for this show. We just planting seeds together. Teamwork make the dream work. And thank you, Mattie, for pulling up on us and just having a great conversation and being amazing.
I love it. I love it. Love to talk.
Hey, come on. Wake it up. Thank y'all so much. And we out. Peace. Jock assist mode, right? Oh, he did.